Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is REGANELITE here with another episode Speaking My Mind. How you guys doing? Hope you're all having a good weekend, wherever you are. Hopefully some of you are not working and enjoying it, and hopefully the weather is good for you. So what are we talking about today, Reg? So I wanted to talk a little bit about, I think I've touched on it previous Speaking My Mind episodes before the past. But I want to talk about medicines. Medicines, not so much healthcare, but medicines. But I guess healthcare is tied into it anyway. So you have vitamins, you have medicines, you have herbs, you have all these different things that are, and I do say the word alleged, quotes, allegedly. And the reason why I use allegedly is because some medicines out there, some don't do anything at all. They don't change anything about you. They don't make you any better. They don't make you stronger or weaker or whatever. There are some meds out there, or some vitamins or herbals or things out there that you buy with the intention of making you better or healthier, all sorts of reasons. And it does absolutely nothing to you, despite the fact that you spent a certain amount of money on it. Like, let's take, for example, diet stuff, right? Like the whole, like here's the thing, like I consider myself a very skinny person. I don't consider myself overweight, even though I went on the scales a couple of days ago and apparently that was not the interpretation I had. But I digress. But like the brand like SlimFast Weight Watchers for me, like I personally, I don't like that people are paying like 8 to 10 quid or whatever it is to basically supposedly designed to help you slim fast, to meet your calories and whatnot. And I get, to some people it works for them, it's made a difference, it's changed their lives in some cases. And I personally don't see it. I don't see it at all. I don't see how it makes a difference. But it's easy for me to say that when I've never tried the products. I've never needed to try the products, so I don't know what it's like. But that is the perspective that I have about it, and that is because of my time in retail. Like I've always looked at all these products because I used to work for Superdrug, which is a health and beauty company. And every January, they would promote the hell out of Slim Fast or Lighter Life or whatever these companies are, these diet pills and all that kind of stuff. And I look at it and I'm just thinking, in my mind, like there are cheaper ways to do that. Now, if you're excessively overweight, maybe that's a different story. But like in my mindset, like for me, it just feels like a lot of money being extortioned out of me. That's just my interpretation. Could be completely wrong on it, but that's the impression I've always had about those kind of things. And vitamins, I'm like in two mindsets of them, because I've been like, do they really make a difference to people's lives? Do they actually like help? And here's the thing: it's very important to understand that vitamins are not a substitute for food. But they are supposed to kind of help you get that little bit, I don't know, help you get more of certain things that you need to have in your body. So for the past month and above now, I've been taking vitamins. I've been taking zinc and this other one of vitamin C and something else added to it. I can't remember off the top of my head. Like that's how little I think about them. But I've been constantly being haggled by my mum, by my partner, because I only eat so much during the week. And I do have 3 meals a day, but the lunch is like, sometimes I have quite a lot and sometimes I don't. It varies. But I keep getting haggled to have more, basically. Oh dear. Oh, god damn it. You know, when I get mucus, oh god, that's terrible. So far I've been taking them, and literally I don't feel like they make a single difference to me. Now, It could be completely wrong. It could be actually making a difference inside my body, and I'm just not noticing it. Could be. I don't know. But it also, in vitamins, if you actually do the research on it, and I'm sure if people go out of their way to do the research on it, they will know that it depends on how much you drink, how much you eat, how much you exercise, how much of a benefit those vitamins will be to you. Because if you're, it depends on what your actual diet is as well. Because certain ingredients, certain foods, like if you're always having pasta, if you're always having chicken, if you're always having chips, for example, because that's the most foods that I have the most of. Like, I don't have a lot of greens, and that's something that I've been fighting with myself to change over time. Eat more salads, eat more greens. That's something I need to do more of. But I also think I don't eat personally. This is just a personal preference. I feel I don't eat enough meat. But going back to vitamins, I do think they have their benefits. But as of right now, as someone who haven't done much of the research into it, because I haven't, I'm not going to be straight out. I'm going to straight up real with you people. I'm not going to BS you guys on it. I haven't done little to no research on vitamins. I'm not feeling like these vitamins are making a difference to me. That's how I generally feel. Now, they might make a difference down the road, but I don't know that. But until I continuously take them, I won't know. So, we'll see in a year's time, maybe. I don't know. But I guess maybe that ties into the whole, I need to keep talking about fitness and when to go back in the gym, and how many times have I talked about that? I've not done that. Herbal meds I can't really talk about because I don't know anything about them, guys. I don't know much about herbal medicine, and maybe some of you guys can share your thoughts about them and about them as well. But those who kind of know me know that I'm not a fan of taking medicines. I don't like taking meds to make myself feel better. I like my body to kind of take care of itself and deal with things itself. That's always been my preference, because I want my body to fight its own battles. I want my white blood cells to, whenever the body's been attacked, whether it's by sickness, by bug, whatever it is, I want it to defend itself. I want it to be strong enough to handle itself whenever I come across. But I also know that, for example, and this has been brought up a few times, I've always talked about wanting to go to Africa or South Africa or Kenya or somewhere like that. I've always wanted to go to an African country just for the visit and experience, right? And I don't know if it's true or not, but Mum has always said you need to take lots of shots and medicines and whatnot. And you are supposed to listen to your mum. There's a cute little bird over there. I don't know what the bird's trying to do. Probably trying to make a little nest, but on the ground. It's not very ideal. But that's probably true to an extent as well, because I don't know, I don't know the wildlife, I don't know the environment, I don't know the insects, I don't know, how my body would react to certain things over there. The food that I have, how it would interact with mosquitoes or whatever, the jungles or the environment will have on me. So maybe I do need to have some of them. But at the same time, there's me thinking, well, that's all well and good if it protects me out there, but doesn't that make my body weaker because I'm relying on medicines to look after myself rather than my white blood cells to do the immunization for me? And this, the technicality, of course, is when you catch something, when you get something, if your body recovers from that, it strengthens your immune system. And this ties into the whole down, people not believing in medicines and vaccinations and whatnot, of trying to let your body do everything. And to an extent it can work, but but the body can only do so much immunization, and you can't always recover. And everybody is different. Everybody is different, and it all depends on where you live, what you've grown up with, what your body has come across encounters, how it's in, the environment it's in. There's all sorts of mitigating factors into how your body handles certain diseases and whatnot. And some diseases are just too much to handle. For example, cancer. Like your body, most examples of people have been able to fight off cancer, not even realizing it, but it doesn't completely protect you from it. But it's different to everyone, you know. So medicines are really important. You need them. It's vital. They help us. Like I take ibuprofen whenever I get massive headaches, when I get massive migraines. When I get really bad migraines, I take ibuprofen because I can't stand my headaches. But again, like there have been times where I've had minor headaches, and rather than taking paracetamol or ibuprofen, I tried to sleep it off and let the body try to recover it itself. So there is, I would say, a balance. I think it's the right way to talk about when you talk about medicines. But I thought this was a fascinating discussion. Medicines, herbal medicines, vitamins, and very interesting discussion. But honestly, let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. What do you guys think about all these things? About medicines, vitamins, herbal medicines, needles? Like, what's your position about, you know, wanting to have a stronger, healthy body, immunization? Let me know about all that and your thoughts down in the comments below. Generally curious to hear what you guys have to say on that. If you found this interesting or informative, or if you've watched all the way through, thank you very much. Hit that like button, share this across social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and hope to catch you all very, very soon.